How is everyone doing today? It's Josh. How you doing? Coming back, we got another little more fun reaction that I've got. I've got a video from Kurzgesagt that I haven't caught up on yet. It's a couple days old, but I love Kurzgesagt. I started watching them years ago, and they've just got really cool little animations for their informative videos that, I don't know, they really spoke with me. I love all their space stuff though, man. I love space. So anytime they talk about space, it fills the space in my head that makes me happy. Looks like this one might not be about that, but this should be fun anyway. We got why the brain blinds you for 2 hours every day. So curious to figure out what that's about. So let's just get right on to it. But before that, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button down below if you enjoyed this. Consider subscribing to my Patreon account. And with all that said, let's get on into it. Ooh,
the world you
Pokemon
see
Go
is not real.
Pokemon
You're not
Go?
living in this very moment that you're experiencing.
Yeah, definitely haven't played
nothing
that.
Is like it seems.
Ever, totally.
It turns out your brain constructs your reality as you're experiencing it. It edits your memories as they happen. It lives in totally different time spheres and tells you a story about the world that feels
Oh, no,
real.
no.
What's
Don't talk
going
about
on
the dress
and who's
again.
really
We're
in
done with
control of
that.
your life?
We're not doing the
gap
dress.
between reality and you. Vision is maybe our main source of information about the world, but in reality we don't really see that much. Only a thumbnail-sized area of your visual field is in high resolution, while the rest is out of focus.
That makes sense.
If it doesn't feel like this, that's because it's made up by your brain, using a pretty neat trick.
Unless
Each
you have
second,
bad
your eyes
vision,
make
then
3
it's
to 4
always
sudden
blurry.
jerky movements, saccades
So I gotta wear
of 50
contacts.
milliseconds, focusing from one point to another, scanning your environment to get different sharp images that your brain then edits together. During a saccade, your brain shuts down your vision so you don't see a wild motion blur. This means that each day for around 2 hours, you're
your
completely
brain
blind.
turns off motion blur?
If
So
you
then
could
why does
actually
every
see what
video
your
game
eyes see,
want to put
it would
motion
look
blur
something
on?
like this.
Huh? I hate it.
Instead,
I hate
your
it, man.
brain fills this time with its best guesses of what
And they
happened
always
during the
default to being
blackness.
on in every game.
But it does way more. It turns out that you're not really experiencing time correctly. What's really happening when you're stirring milk into a cup of coffee? As the spoon hits the ceramic, light reflects off it and hits your eyes after 1.3 nanoseconds.
That's a long
The
time,
ceramic
man.
vibrates
Get
and
so much
creates a
shit done in that.
shockwave of air molecules that travels to your ear in 1.2 milliseconds. Heat is picked up by fibers in your fingers that send a signal to your brain in 50 milliseconds. 3 very different inputs, all processed in your brain at different times. You don't experience them separately, but as one smooth, simultaneous, and connected moment.
Your brain's smart.
Your brain takes
Your
a
brain's
moment to
smarter than you
process
actually
and
are.
then invents a reality, a present moment that's not real. What you feel is now is in fact a selectively edited
Yeah,
version
dude,
of the past.
that would be...
You really only consciously experience the world
That would be
0.3
so
to
confusing,
0.4
yeah, if it was...
seconds after things happen.
if it was so...
Except this is also
delayed like
not really
that.
true. Because your brain is editing time and space way more than that. And it makes decisions completely out of your conscious control. You're living in the past. No. Future. No. A made-up future. Your present, what you experience
It
right
is a
now,
made-up future,
is
then why
kind
is
of
this
the future.
shit?
Imagine for a second that you're a table tennis pro.
Oh, man.
In pro table tennis, balls whoosh around at 25 meters per
can
second,
we make up
which
something
is pretty
better?
fast. So let's slow down time. Light passes from the ball to your eye in nanoseconds, is converted into electrical impulses that reach your brain to be processed after 100 milliseconds. Meanwhile, the ball travels 2.5 meters through the air, the length of the table. If your brain showed you the past, where the ball was 100 milliseconds ago, it would hit you before you could react. So instead, your brain takes its location, speed and direction and calculates where the ball should be in the future by the time the information reaches you, and then it creates a fictional version of it. This is what you see in your fake present, a fake ball that's somewhere else. But you don't need to just see the ball, you want to smash it back hard. If you acted now and started swinging your arm, you'd miss by a mile. Things are just too fast. So before the ball even touches your
This
opponent's
is really
bat,
cool.
your brain starts predicting where it will likely be in space
Sorry, I'm
after they hit.
I'm like
based on
really
the other player's
sucked in right
posture
now
and your
watching
table
them,
tennis experience.
how they're explaining this.
But as it can't be sure if it will
I mean,
be correct,
yeah, it makes
prepares
sense, but
multiple different
it's
responses.
something you never really think about.
Maybe the ball will be here, or over here. To be ready for all
Yeah,
of
and if
these
you're drunk, your
scenarios,
reactions are
your
way
brain
slower, and
sends
then you
pre-programmed
get hit in the
orders
face
to the
with a ball
muscles
every
you need
time.
to jump left, right, or up, telling them to be ready for any of them at a moment's notice. For a short moment, multiple ghost versions of you exist, all equally real inside your brain. And then, as your opponent is about to
we
lay
got
into
after
the swing,
images?
your brain
added
decides
that
on a
in real
single
life?
future that it thinks is most likely. All but one of the ghosts are deleted.
I must have missed that
You
patch.
only ever experience the ghosts that won, never the potential ones. The order to the muscles to act out the winning movement is triggered even before the ball is hit back to you. You are totally oblivious to this. By the time you consciously see the ball coming at you and decide to hit it in a particular way, your body has already hit it back.
Money.
In reality, your brain already made all the decisions. Your conscious experience is nothing
She's
more
like,
than an invented
thank God
feature,
brain was
a
paying attention, because I
prediction
sure as
based on
hell
the
wasn't.
information your brain received a fraction of a second ago. This is not just true for extreme sports like table tennis, but also for walking. Walking is time travel.
I feel like I heard him say something else
After
there.
your game, you're walking back home, seemingly choosing your path and reacting to things. Meanwhile, your brain is operating in 3 different time spheres
I feel
at
like
once.
I'm at
It
my own house,
processes
the amount of people
sensory
that just leave their
feedback of
dog
the
shit on the
past.
ground outside.
It calculates the current state of your body, and it predicts your future. Because walking is intense. Before the signal from your foot touching the ground has even reached the brain, it's already sent the order to your foot to make the next step, and it's already calculated the muscle patterns for the next 2. But what if something truly catastrophic happens? There's a banana peel, and you step on it and slip.
I really
How
want to
did it
see
get
at
hit?
some point in this
Listen,
video
don't worry about it.
with this
It
walking,
turns out your
they
brain
start doing
is
like the
ready for
quap
this.
walk where it's
So
just
far,
super
we
glitchy
spoke
and
of
weird,
your
where you have to
brain
think about it
making
because
decisions
it's
for
like
you,
this would
but
happen
is
if your
not
brain
really
didn't
true.
do.
You don't have a central control room where the world comes together. In reality, different parts of your body are aware of different things at different times. Your spinal cord usually knows stuff before your brain. And even within your brain, different regions process the same event at different speeds and make independent decisions. As your foot catches the peel, the gyroscope inside your ears notices a sudden change of your position in space. It submits this information to your brainstem and spinal cord, the "things must happen quickly" section of your body. They immediately trigger emergency recovery patterns and send orders to different muscle groups. Within 200 milliseconds, pre-programmed sequences activate to catch your fall. Your arms shoot out, your other leg stiffens to support your weight, your core muscles contract to stabilize you. 100 milliseconds later, when you become aware that you're tripping, your body is already recovering.
You see that?
You are only just now catching up. Okay, so we've learned that your brain is constantly predicting reality around you, makes decisions about the best way to act, and then shows you an edited version, which totally makes sense. Would you really want to be in charge of all that? But your brain is not just predicting the external world. Right now, it's predicting a way more complex thing, you. Are you just a prediction of your brain?
Nah, I ain't that complex.
Why do you feel about the world the way you do?
Sorry, there's not much to really predict
hunger,
for you, Mr.
your
Brain.
energy level, and especially your emotions, are not just objective reactions to what state you're in, but predictions. Your brain's prediction of what you'll need soon or need to be ready for. You're probably used to getting food or going to bed roughly around the same time, and as the time approaches, your brain releases hormones to prepare you. A self-fulfilling prophecy. You get hungry or tired because your brain assumes this is the time when this is needed. This is the most striking thing about your emotions. They aren't just reactions to the outside world, they're predictions. When you go to a party, your brain isn't waiting to see how you feel once you get there based on how the party actually is. It analyzes your experiences of past parties and who it expects to be there. Maybe close friends you feel safe around.
Yo, bro?
Maybe people you don't know
gonna be there?
who are a less socially secure bet.
No shot.
Maybe your brain remembers a party where you felt anxious and that experience stuck. This can be pretty annoying. If your brain predicts anxiousness,
or you could be
it adjusts
introverted
your
and just
heart
not
rate,
even think about the party in the
hormone
first
levels,
place.
and
Then you don't have to
muscle
worry about
tensions
any of this,
before
guys.
you even enter the room. It prepares your body for anxiety.
You can just stay home.
Actually feel anxious, which
Pretty good
then
idea.
confirms the brain's prediction and gets saved for future reference. Does this make you feel like you're just along for the ride, forced to experience whatever predictions your brain feeds you? Thankfully, it's not quite like that. Your conscious self is obviously not the decider of most things as you go through your day. But that is not what it's good at anyway. Your brain and all of these different organ systems decide a lot of things, but they're more like butlers taking care of all the busy work. You may not be in the driver's seat, but you are the passenger that decides where to go.
Right on.
What your conscious self is good at is long-term
Slap me.
planning and
What?
abstract thinking.
You heard me slap me.
It's a storyteller
okay.
that tells the story of your life
Just
to
like
your
that.
brain and to
Right?
yourself,
That's what they're saying?
wherever the edges of these overlapping entities melt into each other.
I think I'm picking up the way
You
they're
are
throwing
able
down.
to see the big picture that your internal prediction machine could never begin to grasp. You are the part of you that can edit and write new predictions into the system. Sometimes you and your brain disagree on what's correct, but in the end, you are the person in power who tells the story about who you are in this world.
Hell yeah.
A story so convincing that you experience it as undeniable reality.
Wait, go back to the dog. No, go back to the
And as
dog.
a happy accident, your conscious self is great at being happy about
Also,
ice
damn,
cream,
just catch the
fascinated
Pikachu
by
already.
Internet videos,
He's right there.
and thinking deeply about Pokemon types.
Damn, they're really going in on the fucking Pokemon thing in this video.
We're finally making a PC game. Starbirds is a cheerful... We're finally making a PC game. Starbirds is a cheerful, cozy
I've seen some
resource
ads on
management
this.
game set in space.
I'm actually really
You
excited
help
about
a
this
brave
game.
flock
This
of
looks
intergalactic
fun.
birds mine asteroids.
This seems like
build
something that'd be a
thriving
really good
production
just
networks, and
time
discover
kill.
new technologies to advance
So
across the galaxy.
I am
We've been
totally down
working
to
on
play this when it
for
comes
almost
out
2
for a
years
little bit.
now with the amazing team at Tucana Interactive, the minds behind Dorf Romantic.
I love the cute little
and can't
birds
wait
every
for
single
you to
time.
play the
Ooh.
early access version later this
You got a
year.
little toucan.
But
I haven't
here's
seen one
the
of
thing.
those.
Wish listing is incredibly important for indie
I
games like
think
ours.
I've added this
It
to my
helps
wish
us
list.
get noticed, reach
Not
more
100%,
players,
guys.
and keeps you updated as we develop the game. So if you want to be part of this adventure, please wishlist Starbirds on Steam using the
Here, I'll
link
check.
in the description.
I'll check right after
Thank
this.
you so much for watching and your support. It means the world to us, or in this case, the universe.
Oh, look at them! Look at him with his silly little jokes he's got. That was a fun video. It gave you a lot to think about. Oh, you see what I did there? See, you heard the joke, and then it took like a couple seconds to register what you were hearing, and then your brain spat out the response that it was terrible right away. And then, you said that to yourself and you were like, yeah, this joke's awful. I'm closing this damn video now. What is this guy saying? But in actuality, what your brain wanted to say is that, man, I would really like to be able to hear more of these jokes in the future. If only there was some way I could show my support that I enjoyed it, or, could come back to it in the future, or some sort of a way, or it could actively be reminded of these amazing bits of humor. But there's not. That is, unless you like, subscribe, and comment on this video down below. So, thanks everyone for coming along, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.